your workout, you're in the right place. I have a 15-minute stretch yoga style for you that is going to target major muscle groups and especially areas of tension. I'll see you on the mat. All right, let's do this. Bring your feet parallel to the back of your mat. Soften your knees. Inhale, both arms up. Stretch up, maybe a little back bend here if it's available. And then exhale, fold over your legs. Slide your hands down your shins. Shake your head no at the bottom. Nod your head yes. Just release your cervical spine. Halfway lift, fingertips to your shins or your thighs. Exhale, release, bend your knees, and walk it forward until you're at the top of a push-up. Don't worry, this is the cool down. We're not going to do push-ups. You can put your knees down or you can leave them up. Shift your weight forward of your wrists and lower chaturanga. And then belly all the way down, tops of the feet to the floor. Slide your hands a little farther back than you think. Peel yourself up. Maybe about half of it is strength from your shoulders. Half of it is strength from your back. Baby cobra, stretching your abs. And then on your exhale, roll it back down nice and slow. We'll slide one forearm out at a time. Stacking your elbows under your shoulders. Pull your shoulder blades back. Lift up your heart. Breathe here. And then we're going to go ahead and sink into the shoulders. So lazy sphinx. Let your shoulders creep up to your ears. Soften your chin to your chest. And just roll right and left. Relax your shoulder, neck area. Good. And then we'll take ourselves, push back into the forearms. Lift your heart back up. Energize your arms. Take your back forearm, the one closest to the back wall in your room. Plant your forehead on your forearm. Bend your front knee closest to me. Reach back and see if you can catch your foot or your ankle. Stretching out your quadricep, which is an area of a lot of tightness and tension, especially in women. We tend to be a little more quad dominant. Just let the floor force you into square, which is making it harder than if you were standing. Go ahead, release that foot, and then we'll switch it out. The front arm becomes your pillow. Your back arm reaches for your foot or ankle as you bend your back knee. See if you can catch something. It's okay if it's far away right now. You can just reach for it. You'll still get an active stretch by squeezing your hamstrings. Good. On your exhale, start to release whatever you're holding. Plant those hands by your floating ribs. Pick yourself up. All fours. Take your knees underneath you and sit your hips back. Child's pose. Rest your forehead towards the floor, or you can bend your elbows. This is a great low back stretch. Deep breath in here. Crawl those fingers forward. Good. Tiptoe your hands to the right. Walk them off the mat and bump your hips to the left. Stretch your side. Stretch your waist. So this is a great tag on to any workout of mine or anyone else's on YouTube, really, or your own. Walk your hands to the back or to the left, whichever way you didn't go yet, and push your hips the other way. Flexibility training is an equally important component of your fitness. Your strength and your cardio will be better if you have flexible, supple muscles that allow you to go through a full range of motion. Let's walk those hands back towards the center of your mat, shifting into all fours, stacking your shoulders over the wrists, knees right under the hips. Let's roll like a cat here, chin to chest, tailbone down, shoulder blades apart. And then reverse it. Melt your belly towards the floor. Lift your heart, lift your tail. Good, let's do one more. Really push into your hands. Stretch the shoulder blades apart. Reverse it. Soften your belly towards the floor. Pick up your chest. Lift up your tail. Release. Go ahead and stretch one leg straight back. Whichever one you want. Circle that ankle back there. Roll it around a few times. And then draw your knee to your nose. Round your back. Firm your core. Try one more. Inhale. Circle the ankle. And then let's step it forward. Big step to the top of the mat. You can pull it with your hand if you need to. Stacking your knee right over your ankle. So if you notice that your foot is back here like this, you can just drag it forward. Fingers are light and back. Start to scissor your legs together like you're stepping up some stairs until your hands get so light you can place them on your front thigh. A great hip flexor stretch here. Maybe consider stretching your arms for the sky to challenge your balance and lengthen out that line from your back hip to your back fingertips. And then we'll exhale and we fold. Hands on either side of your front foot. Shift your weight back. Pick up your front toes. Half splits. Keep a soft knee here. That's a pretty intense hamstring stretch. So honor what you're finding. Breathe. You should feel this right here, the back of that leg that is extended in front of you. We're just gonna target some major areas of tightness. It's a short stretch session. It's not an hour-long yoga. It's just a quick cool down. Go ahead and roll to the sole of that front foot, and then you're gonna heel toe your foot across your mat and towards your opposite wrist until you can form a 45-degree angle on your knee, lowering into pigeon or half pigeon from yoga. If your knee bites, if it hurts at all, either shift off of the leg and go sideways into what looks like a mermaid pose, right? Or roll to your back and take this on your back, reclining pigeon. If you're able to stay in pigeon without any pain in the knee, you should feel sensation in this hip, maybe consider folding down. The top of your back leg is on the floor. Toenails face the floor, squared hips. I like to do forearms. That feels best for me. You're welcome to walk out farther and be forehead to the floor, or you can stay up on your hands. Totally up to you. Breathe into the outer hip, which is another area of tightness for many of us, especially athletes, runners, walkers, cyclists. Start to climb your way back up. If you chose to fold, walk to your hands and slide that knee back to meet the other one. Let's take a quick child's pose. Reset, roll your wrists around, give your hands some love, open, close, and then we'll shift forward and do side two. Take the other leg straight back. Flex your foot and then roll your ankle in some circles. We'll do one knee tuck first, just to warm up your core. Bring your knee to your chest, squeeze your abs, and then lengthen it back out. Roll it a couple more times with that foot, and then we step it through. Aim between your hands. If stepping through is difficult for you, hang with me. You can go ahead and slide it. You can walk it. That is normal for that to be hard, and that's why I had you do that little knee crunch first, because you need your abs to be able to step through. Lighten on your hands by scissoring your legs together. See if you can climb to your thigh. Maybe one side's a little bit harder than the other. That's normal. Reach both arms up. So you can find your balance here. Pick a spot to stare at on the floor. It makes it easier to balance. We'll exhale and release. Hands frame out your front foot. Take your weight back over the back knee, and as you do, pick up your front toe, bow. This is half splits, and this is an intense stretch. If you are very bendy, you're always welcome to do full splits here. And this is just where I am. I'm in half splits with a good bend in my knee. Breathe into your hamstring. So we're just targeting all the areas of the lower body that get tight. Start to roll to the sole of your front foot. Walk your hands forward and then heel toe that front foot to the opposite wrist. And you'll start to lower into a 45 degree for pigeon. Back knee and quad face the floor. If your front knee bites, pinches, you can turn sideways. You can take this on your back. That feels good. Stay right here. Or maybe you consider a fold. So walking forward onto your forearms. You can make a little fist pillow here. You can walk all the way forward with your hands out in front, forehead to the floor. Just honor what you're finding on this side. Go ahead and stay in this stretch for a moment. My timer turned off. Hang tight, breathe. Walk it up. Inhale, plant the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's slide that knee back underneath the other hip and shake the tailbone here, right and left. Kick your heels to one side, whichever side you like. We're going to sit up tall in a comfortable seat, either crossing your ankles or sending your legs in front, whatever feels good for you. Take the right arm down, pull it towards the left shoulder. Sitting really tall in your spine here. Excellent. That same arm, reach it up and back. Pat yourself on the back between the shoulder blades. Give yourself a push. You give yourself a pull. Make sure you're putting your head back into that forearm, really opening up the spine, not compromising the neck position here. So if that's what's happening, you can back out of it a little bit. Go ahead, release what you're holding. Take a shrug up in the shoulders, relax them down on purpose. Other arm, left arm down and across. Should feel this in the back of your shoulder. Notice where you feel it and get curious about what's making you tight in that area. And then we'll take the same arm, stretch it up, overhead, pat on the back. Push or pull, whatever feels better in your body. Maybe one side is going to be tighter than the other. That's really common. Go ahead, release what you're holding. Take another shrug on purpose. Walk your right hand to the floor outside your hips. Left arm stretches up. Roll your ribs open to the sky, stretching the lat. Side waist, push down through your hips and come on upside two. Left hand to the floor, stretch it up. Chin up off the chest. Excellent. Come on up through the center. See if you can reach those fingertips behind you and turn them back. Lift up your chest, puff it out, stretching the pecs. And then reverse that. Hook your shins in front and round your back. Soften your chin to your chest, suction your belly in. Good. Roll it up nice and tall through the back. We're going to drop the chin down to the chest and roll right ear to right shoulder. And then slowly roll through the middle. Take the left ear towards left shoulder. No hurry. Take your time. Good. Back in the middle here, chin to chest. Lift up your gaze, and then we'll turn to face one long side of the mat so that way you can roll all the way down onto your back. So catch your hamstrings and roll yourself down one vertebra at a time. Catch your right knee into your chest and stretch your left leg out long. Left heel connects to the floor. Let's circle that right ankle. Give us some love. Beautiful. And then we twist. So take the right knee over to the other side of your mat. Open your right arm out to the side, about shoulder height, neck will down. A nice twist for your back here. And these stretches should just feel good, like the dessert you earned after all the hard vegetables, your workout, right? This is like the sweet, sweet ending to your workout. We'll roll back to your mat here, and as you do, you'll switch sides. So take both knees into your chest for a moment, give them a tight squeeze, rock and roll a couple of times to make yourself parallel, even in the center of the mat. Catch your left shin and slide your right leg out. Right heel touches, right foot is active like you're standing on it. You can roll that ankle of the left foot a couple times, give it a couple circles. We're going to twist here soon, so start to guide the left knee over to the right side, opening into a twist. See if you can stretch your left arm out, shoulder height. If you get like a crack, usually that's just good readjustment happening in your back. Shouldn't feel any pain. If you do, modify what you're doing. Change the movement, change the position. It should feel good. We'll take that exhale to roll ourselves back up nice and slow. Take your feet underneath your knees and shift your hips back to the center of the mat. Kick your right leg to the sky. Catch your right hamstring, holding that supine hamstring stretch. Deep breath. Good. Let's cross the ankle over the other thigh. Push your thigh bone open, or you could reach through the window of your legs and hug it. Once again, an outer hip stretch. So very similar to the pigeon pose we just did. And in fact, this is the modification for that pose. So take this one instead if it ever bothers your knee. We'll slowly Slowly release that, uncross, and switch sides. Right foot to the floor, kick your left foot to the sky, hands on the hamstring of the left side. Soft knee. Relax your shoulders. Just bringing the heart rate back down after all that hard work you did. Stretching can help to alleviate or lessen muscle soreness the next day. Here we go into our outer hip stretch. Cross your ankle over the other thigh. Either push the thigh bone open or reach through. This one is quite difficult for a lot of the people I work with in person because outer hips just get really tight. They are kind of always constantly on a micro level, holding you up, keeping you from falling side to side with each step you take. And you're just taking a breath here to appreciate them and be grateful for all the work they've done for you so far. Slowly release what you're holding and uncross. We'll drop the knees to the front, roll yourself up. Sitting up tall, any comfortable seat will do. As long as your back is extended, reach both arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Nice work. Thank you so much for stretching with me. I hope you enjoyed, and namaste.